evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy good morning to you, wherever you are. This is a new year, this is a new century, and this is the same Clara Luper. Happy New Year to you, wherever you are. We made it. In spite of all, we made it, and we've got something to shout about. And certainly, we give thanks to God for giving us the opportunity to see a new year, which means new opportunities. I want you to stay tuned today because we do have a special New Year's program for you. I have a special message that will be brought to you today by Reverend Lasky. And when I tell you that Reverend Lasky is going to bring you a message, please believe me. Oh, what a year. 2000. God has allowed us to see 2000. Well, as 1999 rolled into history, there were many memories that will always stay with us. And on last week, I had the opportunity to say goodbye to three courageous Christian women that went on home to be with God. On last week, then, it was Tuesday, December the 28th at 11 o'clock when Oklahoma City said goodbye to Mrs. Ella Ophelia McCarby, a member of the Fifth Street Baptist Church, a homemaker, and the wife of a Baptist minister who worked in the church faithfully, who joined the Fifth Street Baptist Church under the Reverend James O. Bradford and Reverend Fred Elkins and was a faithful member until her health failed some several years ago. Yes, we say goodbye to Mrs. Ella McCarvey. She is survived by a daughter, Ceola Wilson of Oklahoma City, Mrs. Bertha Alexander Ruth of Seattle, Washington, and one son, Elijah McCarvey. Yes, we say goodbye. Proverbs wrote, in Proverbs we read, strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She looketh well to the ways of her household. Her children arise up and call her blessing. So we say goodbye to Mrs. McCarvey. The eulogy was delivered by the pastor of the Fifth Street Baptist Church, Reverend Coleman III. Then on Wednesday at 11 o'clock at the same church, we say goodbye to Mrs. Bernice Roper. Bernice Roper, who was born in Lincoln County and who was raised in a Baptist church and was baptized at a young age in Chandler, Oklahoma. Many of you will remember Bernice because she attended Langston University. At Langston University, she pledged and was on that first line of Beta Epsilon chapter of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. She graduated from Langston University and went on into education. Over a 33-year period, she taught throughout the state of Oklahoma before retiring as a professional counselor from the Oklahoma City school system. Bernice Roper had 2 Masters of Education degrees in teacher education and school counseling from Central State University and the University of Oklahoma, respectively. She was very active in her sorority. She was a charter member of the Oklahoma Sooner City chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a Golden Life member, and for 60 years she served in her sorority. Bernice Roper served at Fifth Street Missionary Baptist Church, in the Missionary Union, in Bible school, and she just dedicated her life to helping others in the church and in the community. And on December the 25th, on Christmas Day, she went home to be with her God. Too much cannot be said about her son, the Honorable Attorney Arsenio Johnson, for the love and care that he gave to his mother, and also to her sister, David Lee Hall, her grandchildren, and a list of other relatives and friends. But on Thursday, December the 30th, at 11 a.m., I joined the crowd, the solemn crowd, to say goodbye to Mrs. Johnny Lawson. Mrs. Johnny Lawson, born in Oklahoma City. Fortunately, she was raised in a Christian home and educated in the Oklahoma City school system. She was from Sandtown and became an active member of the Antioch Baptist Church in Sandtown. In September 1934, she married Wiley Lawson. And out of this marriage came 13 lovely children. 13. The family moved to Spencer in 1956, where she united with the Evening Chapel Baptist Church under the pastorate of Reverend James Temple. And in 1962, she was one of the founding and faithful members of the Emmanuel Baptist Church of Spencer, Oklahoma, where she served in various capacities: choir director, deaconesses board, Women's Missionary Society, financial secretary, piano, Sunday school teacher, and I could go on and on. But yesterday, there were memories of people that had served with her in the East Zion District Women's Department. Memories of those who had worked with her in the community action programs. Memories of those that worked with her during the simultaneous revivals and the voter registration, the March of Dimes, the Brownies and Girl Scout leaders. Memories of PTA band, parent boosters and 4-H club and plant garden and savings club, a club that she served as treasurer for 35 years. There were many memories there. But there were memories that came from her children and her grandchildren. Florence sang like she has never done before, Precious Lord. Her grandchildren spoke of her love and her respect. Yes, they spoke. The eulogy was delivered by Reverend J.L. Jacobs. Reverend J.L. Jacobs, who knew her well. Reverend J.L. Jacobs said, "Oh, what a joy. Oh, what a joy." He described her relationship with God and how she had lived as a mentor in a community for years. She was morally good. She was faithful. And now he said she was with the Lord. Yes, Reverend W.B. Parker was there, Reverend Temple, and a whole line of ministers. But the memories of Mrs. Lawson will live on in the hearts of those of us that loved her so well, because many words were not spoken. She was an ardent supporter of the NACP and the Freedom Center. She was always there like a rock of ages. Her smiles, her encouragement, her words of wisdom shall continue to live not only in the eyes of her children. Can you imagine anybody who was successful in raising as many children as she did and then extended her love to other children? Yes, it was goodbye to Mrs. Johnny Lawson as we close the 20th century. But we will take into the 21st century her respect, her love. Yes, we will send our respect to all people as she did, and to all of her children, to all 11 of her children that are living now, because those children came and they were very kind to their mother through the years. They came from Los Angeles, from Phoenix, from Jacksonville, Florida, Midway City, and all. Not only that, but how would you sum it up? Maybe I should sum it up in the words of Gladys Elliott, who said that Mrs. Lawson was always faithful. Yes, we pause in memory of Mrs. Johnny Lawson, and we thank God that he gave us the opportunity to live and to know Mrs. Lawson, Mrs. McCarvey, and Mrs. Roper. Clara Luper reporting on behalf of Gates Barbershop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King in Oklahoma City. Reporting on behalf of Dr. L. Dial, the optometrist who's located at 934 Northeast 8th Street in Oklahoma City, and you can call him by calling 2350536. And this New Year's special is being brought to you by your independent Allstate agent, Marilyn Hildred. The telephone number is 8430811. Marilyn's office is at 730 North Britton Road. Now, Marilyn, you've known her, you grew up with her, you helped her through the years, and now she will help you with your insurance problems. And if you're like me, you don't know too much about insurance. I know I changed my house insurance to Maryland, and was I happy because I saved some money. This portion of our program is brought to you by Johnson Sardinas, 1643 Northeast of 50th Street in Oklahoma City. Johnson Sardinas, where you get that special care, where children learn, where children learn to obey. Johnson Sardinas, 1643 Northeast 50th Street in Oklahoma City. That telephone number is 424-4656. Or Johnson Sardinas, located at 2611 North Martin Luther King. The telephone number is 424-5367. Mrs. Gloria Mathis and Mr. Paul Mathis are the owners, and Linda Smallwood is the manager, and they do a job. Be sure, be safe. Go to Johnson Sardinas Daycare. If you need some carpet, some furniture, why don't you go down to Discount Carpet, 501 Northwest 23rd Street in Oklahoma City? You don't have to call. Just go on down there and look at that sale. They are having a 21st century sale, and it's a sale. 501 Northwest 23rd Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and the first of the 21st century. And may I say to each one of you out there in Radio Land, Happy New Year's. A Happy New Year's will be happy. This is going to be a great year for all of us, because we will understand better. We will understand. This is a by and by, and we will understand. Speaking of understanding, Compassionate Heart Incorporated, understand that you need professional care in the comfort of your own home. Compassionate Heart Incorporated provides a variety of in-home medical and social services for those who have difficulty leaving home. Now, if you have difficulty leaving home, maybe you have an acute onset of an illness. Maybe you've been diagnosed of a new illness. Maybe you've been just placed on new medication. Maybe you have blood pressure. Or maybe, but you don't have to maybe anymore. All you have to do is to call 844-4005 in Edmond, or in Stroud, Oklahoma, 918-968-9669. Compassionate Heart Incorporated. Now remember, they will provide relief for the family who must give continuous care for the patient with a long-time illness. And you don't have to worry about it. You can retain your freedom of choice. I would like to thank you for all of your Christmas cards. I would like to thank you for your Christmas cakes, your Christmas pies, your Christmas candy, your Christmas... Oh, I would like to thank you for everything. I'm not going to call any names because I would miss one and I'd be in trouble for next year. Well, Christmas was happy and Christmas is gone, but today is New Year's, and a new year gives us a new opportunity. And today, I'm going to have the opportunity to interview a young man who told me this morning that he was going to make your 21st century happy. The young man that I'm going to introduce today is Calvin Luper. Calvin, how are you this beautiful morning?
Mom, I'm doing all right. How are you doing this first Saturday of the year 2000? It just doesn't come out right. It's hard to say, but how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, Calvin. I understand that you have received a lot of honors during the holidays. Is that correct?
I'm not only doing the holidays, but I look back at the great year of 1999 and look at all the blessings and look at all the good times and some of the bad times that happened during the year 1999. But I'm extremely proud of the accomplishments and the achievements that we've made. I'm talking about not only as a business, uh, but also as the singing group, the We Can't Singers, the progress that we made over the year 1999.
Oh, you
The
made progress, and we can't singers made progress
We
in
made
1999.
fantastic progress,
Where did
fantastic
you
progress.
sing? Where did you can't singers sing in 1999?
Well, 1999 was one of our highlights was appearing there in New York City, Times Square. I think Berlin Nero, and one of the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants, and we had an outstanding performance there in New York City. We've also performed down at the Myriad Convention Center here in Oklahoma City. We've performed in Dallas, Texas, performed in Shreveport, Louisiana. It was just a year of good travel and bringing hope and inspiration to those people out there who, like us, enjoy good music but just cannot sing. And we inspired them, and it was great opportunity. But I'm looking forward to the year 2000 because in 1999, let me tell you some of the things that happened to a couple of our singers. Our good friend Ellis Hildred has been extremely sick. That's why you haven't heard about him. I heard him here on the radio show. And then my good friend Berlin Nero has broken his arm recently. I think early part of 1999, he ended up breaking his leg. So we've spent 1999 trying to fill in the gaps in our singing group, trying to make sure that we kept it active, kept it current, and kept it so that it would be something. But it's going to be a new. This is a new year, and we got a new beat coming on. I tell you, Mom, I'm looking forward to it,
Well, I understand
and
that
it's
you
going
have
to
a
be
new
something.
instrument. Will you tell me about that?
Yes. You remember that we lost our harmonica thanks to Merlin Hildred, my favorite sister, one of my favorite sisters, but your favorite Allstate insurance agent. I messed around and let Merlin hold my harmonica, and lo and behold, it has disappeared. I think that was last February, and she's had me searching for that harmonica since February. But then the Lord works in mysterious ways, and this weekend I was blessed with another instrument.
What
That's
kind of instrument do you have now, Calvin?
it's a piano tie.
A piano tie.
A piano
Oh
tie.
no, you're not a tie with black and white
It's
keyboard. A piano
a
tie.
piano tie.
I've
It's
never
a
seen.
tie that you wear now.
You
It's my
wear a
dress
tie.
tie, and it looks like a piano board, a keyboard, and I'm able to make the tunes that are necessary there, like you can make on a piano in my tie. I would have brought it out this. Well, no, I'll save that. I'll tell you about that. No, I might as well tell you now. I haven't had an opportunity to really perfect the keyboard myself yet, but I'm looking forward to practicing this week and introducing the weekend singers with our new Thai piano. That's going to be you're going to love it. I
I've
mean,
never heard of a tie
well,
piano.
get it straight. It's Thai, Tie. It's a
TIE piano. Where
necktie.
in the world did you get a tie piano?
That's another story too. You just
But
getting
yeah,
all these.
I want to interview you today.
You want to
Yes,
interview me? Well, I
okay.
tell you, well, you really hit on because I received a phone call and it said, Calvin, I'll be by your house in a few minutes. You go out there and wait on me, and I got just a gift for you. And anytime I get a phone call from this lovely lady, I always do whatever she's saying. So there I go sitting on the porch. It was a beautiful evening yesterday evening. I'm sitting there and playing with some grandkids and some kids in the neighborhood. And lo and behold, I look coming over the hill, this beautiful 1999 Chevy, and they blowing the horn at me. And in that Chevy was a person who would call me, who was none other than our 94-year-old, 93-year-old reporter. And what's her name? You
Oh,
know.
I'm not gonna call her name. I'm not gonna call
Our
her name.
93-year-old reporter. I'm not gonna call her
Okay.
name either, but she was here.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
She's
got to
been
call her
here.
name. She's my
Wait a
sorority
minute, Ma. Wait
sister.
a minute now. You
Okay,
gonna mess up
okay.
my little
I'm
lady
not
on
gonna
the
mess
show
up
now. Don't mess up
nothing.
my interview. That's like talking with Barbara Walters. You get to
Okay,
talking and she wants to come in and tell you
okay,
what
okay,
to say. But I was
okay.
gonna save a lot of this for during that time of the program when the weekend singers do perform. But at any rate, she comes driving over the hill there and blows the horn, and I go out to the car, Mama, and she says, Calvin, this is for you, and I want you to have it, and I want you to use it, and particularly with your group, the Weekend Singers. And I look at it, and it's a tie.
A
And I said,
tie,
a
a
tie,
tie
a
like you put on
necktie.
a.
And I said, Miss
It's not a
Stevens,
car tie.
oh, I called her name. I said, Miss Stevens, what, what, I mean, okay, it's a tie. Now, what am I going, what are we can't singers,
Let's
what are we
go
supposed
back
to
now.
do with it?
You have a piano tie.
I have a piano, a tie that
Like,
within the fabric of the tie, I'm able to play the piano.
oh my gracious. I
Now,
better
so
call
she,
Miss Johnny Kimbrough and ask her to give you some piano
well, no,
lessons,
I
okay?
don't think Miss Kimbrough specializes. I don't think her specialty is in this type of a piano. See, she
Okay.
knows the regular keyboard, but a tie piano is very difficult. I don't know anybody. I spent a little time. Well, let me finish telling you what Miss Stevens told me.
Okay.
She told me to take that tie and to use it with the weekend singers. And I looked at it and I said, well, what should I do with it? Initially, she said, choke yourself. But then I said, no, Miss Stevens, don't, I'm certain that's not what you. And then she made the piano made the time make the noise, and
It
it's
has
gonna
do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. It
it
has the notes on it.
it has the notes on there that I can play the birthday song. I'm trying to dig up something else that I can play. If there's a piano tie, don't tell him what other instruments that Ellis and Nero might can play too. But we'll be
Well, tell
working
me
on
about
that. But
your
we're looking
staff for
forward
the
to it.
weekend singers during the year. What problems did you have
Well, I just
in the
told
whole year?
everybody well, I
Oh,
guess you weren't listening, but I told him about Nero breaking his arm, having leg problems. Ella's been extremely sick, and we do. And what I didn't mention though, we do have a vacancy in the group. So I want those of you who are listening here on the Clara Luper Radio Show, live and in living color, this first Saturday of the year 2000. If you would, and you know someone who can't sing, give me a call out here, 672-1220, and we will set up an audition for you. And auditions are they're easy. All you have to do is just give us and let us hear your voice. And if it fit in with our voices, then we want you to be a part of it. And I know I know during the course of the year, Mom, this happened to me quite frequently. I'll be pumping gas in the car, or be in the post office, or in the grocery store, and somebody will walk up to me and say, Calvin, I can't sing either. I said, so, okay.
okay. Well,
First I thought they were
let's
teasing.
dedicate the next 7 minutes to the weekend singers.
Oh,
If
that's
you
a
can't
blessing.
sing, call me at 672-1220.
Is this for auditions, or we just,
No,
okay.
just call me.
Oh,
I just want to
okay.
see how many people can't sing.
Oh, Mom, I don't know.
Do you want to have them to join your group?
Well, I would like for them if they would, if they feel it in their bones, if they got just a little bit of musical abilities, but
A little bit. You have a little bit of musical.
we have a little bit section in the weekend singers, And
Okay.
if they they want to be in the background and make the beat, or if they want to hum along, or whatever, there is room for you in
Oh,
our group, and we'd be proud to have you in there, the weekend singers. And if you're going to give us an opportunity to do some serious recruiting here on KT on the radio show today, we appreciate it.
okay.
So we'll just
Well,
sit
you're gonna
back
have to
and
pay
see
me
what
for
happens. Uh-oh. Well, now then I have to get with my agent. That's part of the things too. Now,
Who's your agent?
my agent during 1999 up until she lost my harmonica was Merlin.
Do you have a
And
vacancy for a new
then
agent?
Ellis picked up that responsibility for a while, and then until he got sick, and then Berlin picked it up for a while. And he broke his leg and his
Oh,
arm. So
Calvin,
my
I
agent is
doubt if
kind of
you'll
a
get
hectic
somebody.
position, but none of
Well,
this
anyway,
happened. None of this
Calvin,
happened
I
at
got
the
to make a
performance.
public apology today. I made a
Okay.
mistake 50 years ago. I made one of the biggest mistakes of my life.
Uh-oh.
I went to a wedding at the Fifth Street Baptist Church. Johnny was getting married.
Johnny Johnson.
Was getting married.
Okay.
She was marrying Isaac Kimbrough, and that was
Oh,
some
okay.
wedding. Oh, well, anyway, I've got to stop here because I do have someone on the telephone. Hey, good morning and happy 20th century. Hello, 21st
morning,
century.
Mrs. Luper.
Hello,
Hello.
yes,
Good morning, Mrs. Luper. This is Deborah.
yes, Deborah.
I'm calling just to wish you a happy new year.
Well, thank you, thank you.
I've been in and out of state, so I haven't had a chance to get with you.
Well,
Well,
I do appreciate that. Thank you for wishing me a happy New Year's.
Well, you're a beautiful lady. And
Oh,
you're
well,
an
honey,
asset
say
to
it
our-
again and say it loud.
You are a beautiful lady, Miss Luper.
You know, I want all my flowers before I die because when I die, I don't want y'all coming singing no songs for me and give me flowers. Give
Oh.
Calvin some chicken and some turkey.
Well, Mom,
Well,
Oh,
thanks a lot. Here.
Well, and that's one of the reasons I wrote the poem for you, because I wanted you to be able to have it while you were here, because you definitely deserve it.
Well, thank you so very kindly.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
I'll
bye
talk
bye.
to you later.
Calvin had all eyes. He thought somebody was finna join his group.
Well, you know, you
Okay, well,
anytime the
wait, let me
phone
tell you
rings here,
what
you
I
have to be
did.
ready.
50 years ago on Christmas, I was at Fifth Street Baptist Church. Johnny and Isaac Kimbrough getting ready to get married. I looked at that couple. I knew Johnny was a musician, gone to Howard University. She had graduated with honors, and I knew Isaac could sing. But
Yes,
then
indeed.
Johnny walked down that aisle,
50
and
years.
Isaac was standing up there as if he was going to sing a song. And I told him afterward, I said, this marriage won't last 6 weeks. That's what I told him.
You told
I
Johnny
didn't.
the
I
Kim
told him
Rose
that.
that month.
And then see, I went into business. I was in business, a marriage consultant, and went out of business because of them. You know what happened?
No, ma. I know
They
that
have been married for 50 years.
50 years.
And I had to go
Congratulations.
up to their daughter's house on Christmas Day, cut my Christmas dinner short, and go up there and apologize to those
Well, Mom, you know that's deservingly so because that is a
50 years.
talented couple with talented children, and you can't help but know that you were wrong with that marriage because
I was so
you've
wrong.
seen them sing together. You
I
can see
was
the
as wrong could be. And today, I would like to publicly apologize to Johnny and Isaac. I don't see how I could have made such a mistake. I should have been able to predict the future and to know that you all would stay together not only for 50 years, but you would do like what God told Abraham to do. Your seeds would multiply, and they multiply. Johnny, Isaac, would you forgive me? I was so wrong. And congratulations to you as you celebrate your 50th anniversary.
Indeed, that's going to be some type of celebration.
I'm not going to make no more predictions.
Well, are you
I'm
still
going
in the
to.
marriage consultant business?
No,
or are
I'm
you going
not
to go
going.
back into
No, people like
in the new
Johnny and I
millennium?
would put you out of business. I'm talking about those people that couldn't stay married. Calvin, I'm expecting Reverend Lasky, who's going to deliver my New Year's message for me, and I'm really excited about it. Let's get back to you. Did you know today there are some fine people that's having birthdays, and one of them is a beautiful artist, a member of our church, Mrs.
That's
Salters.
Mrs. Salters, yes, indeed.
Today
I
is
have her
her
on that
birthday.
list. Today
And
is her birthday, and then I have another young lady on our list. What's Brandon.
okay,
no,
you have some.
Bradley.
Okay,
Bradley's
Bradley.
on there, and then there's another young lady, Clara,
Okay.
coming up. And
Well,
then
since you
we'll be
have,
talking
since
more
it's a
about
new
that.
year, a new
Yes,
century, and since
yes.
you're working hard to make this, anybody that's having a birthday today, call me so Calvin can sing happy birthday to you. And you're going to have to do it quickly, too. 6721220.
Mom, you notice we haven't gotten any calls on volunteers. You know, these people see
Well,
me
you,
out, but then they won't
Calvin,
call.
you don't know how to advertise.
I don't know how to
You
advertise.
set up
See, I
here
need
and
an
say
agent.
that your people, one of them was sick and the other one had broken her arm. Who want to get into a group like that? You don't know how to advertise.
Well, I
That's
was
your
just telling
trouble.
the
You
truth.
need
asked
you
me
need
what happened.
somebody in PR for
Well,
you.
I have to look around. I think I don't know if I'll go to one of the colleges or somewhere and try to do some serious recruiting, but I am in dire need of an agent that will take our singing group, the We Can't Singers, through this year 2000, through the new millennium. And we have some high goals, some things that we want to do that I'm certain if I can find the right agent that is willing to get out there and work hard, that we will be able to at least pay for this opportunity you're giving us here on the Clara Luper Radio Show.
This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and this is your date. Clara Luper, hello. Hello.
Good morning,
Hello.
Luper.
Yes.
This is Pastor Bruner, the president of the International Interdenominational.
Yes, Pastor, will you talk just a little louder for me, please?
Beg your pardon?
Will you just speak a little louder for me?
Okay. This is Pastor Bruner, president of the International Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance Institute. I'm so glad that I could call in and share with you some of the great things that will be taking place in our fair city this morning. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, and I'm enjoying it. I'm just
I'm
waiting.
waiting to hear what time and where and what the great thing is.
All right. Today we will be celebrating the 137th Emancipation Proclamation service. And we're bringing
If I could win this war without freeing the slaves, I would. That's what Abraham Lincoln said, and Abraham Lincoln said that he would never socialize with blacks. But regardless of what he said, he had that pen and he issued the Emancipation Proclamation. But Calvin, he only issued it after the South was defeating the North, and then he prayed. This is what Abraham Lincoln said, that if God give me one victory, I will free the slaves. And God gave him that victory, and on January the 1st, 1863, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed the slaves in the states that had pulled out of the Union. Now, Lincoln was scared, and excuse me, Mr. Lincoln, but evidently you were scared to free all of the slaves, and you could have done it. It was necessary to come back with the 13th Amendment that freed the slaves in the states all over the Union.
Wasn't there another reason also that Lincoln also wanted the slaves to assist the North in fighting the South?
No, that's not what Lincoln said.
I'm
Lincoln said that if he could win the war but without freeing the slaves, you got to remember that when the Civil War started, the North had everything. They had more men, they had more machinery and everything, but the South was fighting on their own territory, and they had some generals that was out of sight, and they went right in just like old Miss did yesterday, and they were whipping the North. And black people were praying, and they were praying to God. Go down Moses, way down in Egypt's land, and those black people were praying. And
that's such an interesting part of our history here in America, and I still find it confusing because we were emancipated, but the slaves, after being emancipated, thousands didn't know what to do. They had no idea what to do and stayed around on the plantations. Is that correct?
Of course that's correct, because thousands didn't know what to do, but thousands knew what to do, and so that made a difference.
That made a difference.
It made a difference, and I'm waiting for
January
Reverend
1st.
Lasky. Reverend Lasky, where are you? Clara Luper, may I help you? Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
Yes, I was calling to talk with Mrs. Luper.
this is she.
Sister Luper, this is Reverend Lasky. I'm on my way out to the station.
Okay, Reverend Lasky, I'm waiting on you.
I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, you see me in the next few minutes. I want to see your face.
I'll be there, my dear.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Reverend Lasky is my friend.
Indeed.
Calvin, it's interesting. In 1999, I gave away thousands of pounds of chitlins. And then, I don't know, nobody invited me to come over and eat some chitlins. That's really something. Give a person chitlins.
I didn't get
And I
invited
told,
over
I,
either.
I told them how to cook a popping good turkey. I said, if you got a turkey, stuff him with popcorn and throw him in the oven. You'll have a popping good turkey.
One thing, speaking of chitlins, we had talked about having a gigantic contest
Oh, yeah.
where we would have the top winners of the chitlins. We'll have them out here at the station to have, I guess, a chitlin win-off, eh?
Well, what we have done, we are going through our Black History, and we will go through Black History Month. And in April, we will have the Clara Luper Bowl, which will take place during the Soul Bazaar, which is April 7th and 8th at the Ramada Inn. At that time, we will see who's the champion. David Hall has qualified. Mrs. McLean has qualified. Reverend White has qualified. Any of you think you can beat those three, be sure and call me and let me know. It's time now to recruit for Miss Black Oklahoma 2000. Miss Black Oklahoma City will be held on April the 1st, and we are now taking applications. You have to be 17 years old, and you cannot be over 26. And those of you that want your children to be pages, what we have done, we contacted the past pages, and we are looking for them to mail their applications in. And if you want to be your child to be a page or an escort in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, this is a week to get in contact with us. We want you to do that immediately.
Miss Black Oklahoma 2000.
Miss Black Oklahoma
City 2000.
Isn't that something? I'm so excited.
Oklahoma County 2000. I look forward to that, Mom. That's going to be something.
It's going to be something. This will be the largest pageant that we have ever had. And it's going to be the most beautiful pageant. And the theme is Cross the Bridge.
Cross the bridge.
Yeah, cross the bridge.
Cross the bridge. Year 2000, crossing the bridge. Mom, those are just, you mentioned the Miss Black and the Soul Bazaars in April the 7th and 8th, the Clara Luper Bowl and the
It's
grand
going to be
prize
part
on
of
that.
it. And if
And
you
then,
have any talent, anything you would like to demonstrate, the Soul Bazaar is just a hometown country show.
well, it wouldn't, it's
Because
not that country, Mom.
what is country?
I mean, this it doesn't seem like a country show to
Now,
me.
you don't, what
It's
is your
enjoyable
definition
seeing.
of country?
Well, Hoffman is one thing,
Oh,
but I'm talking about seeing these young people come up on that stage
and
and
the
these groups
AXO
come up
kids
and the
will,
AXO
it'll fine.
participants who come up that are it's like looking at a fine jewel. It's been polished some, it just need a little more
Okay,
polishing,
Calvin, you better
and that's
sing
what
Happy Birthday
happens.
because Reverend Lasky will be here in a minute, and I want to make sure we give you plenty of time to
Oh,
sing
okay.
because
Well, I
Miss
don't.
Salter's
Okay.
birthday is today. And I want you to sing out of your heart because
Okay.
this is
Now,
a new century, this is a new year, and my audience is waiting on you. I've
well, they've
interviewed
been
you this
waiting, and
morning
I want them to know that next week, I hope after a week or so of practice, that I
with
will be
your
playing
Thai piano,
the Thai
okay?
piano, and the weekend singers. We will be here. Sorry I didn't get any calls when anybody wanted to be serve as an agent, but I'm certain that within this week we will be able to find us an agent. Now this song goes out to Mrs.
Salters,
Mrs. Salters. It goes out to
your
my
granddaughter,
little
Bartley.
granddaughter Barkley. It goes out to Clara, first of 2000. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mrs. Salters. Happy birthday, grandbaby. Happy birthday, Carlotta. And may you all have many, many more.
Carol, do you feel you're better in the 21st century than you were in the 20th century?
Well, I found it a little difficult to just meet the goals that I've set for us as a singing group, and I look forward to you all listening and watching the progress and being a part of it ourselves
Well, I have to
on
hear
your
from
shows.
Helen Howard to see
Oh,
what
that took a
Helen
lot of.
thought
I
about
need
your
some water.
singing.
Do you have any water?
Calvin, what, you're choking? This is the Clara Luper radio show, and this portion of our show is being brought to you by Leo's Barbecue. Don't worry, Calvin said he's choking. Leo's Barbecue is at 3631 North Kelly in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. That's a place where you can eat your cake and have it too. At Leo's Barbecue, 3631 North Kelly in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I would like to thank all of our past holiday sponsors. I would like to thank our sponsors. And this year, if you would like to be one of the sponsors of the Clara Luper Radio Show, all you have to do is call me at 424-3949.
Well, speaking of Leo's, Charles, thanks for giving me a break to get that water. Charles says he has some new hours that will be posted there at Leo's. I
Okay,
said,
well,
"Are you going?" I said, "How are you going to improve the food?" He said, "I can't do no improvement, man. This is the place to be in 2000, and really, I invite all of you to go by Leo's Barbecue. That Charles has done a fantastic job in '99. Has some tremendous goals for 2000, I know that I will be spending a lot of time there at Leo's Barbecue."
Karen, you have put me on the spot today. I've allowed you to advertise on my program, and you haven't gotten one call concerning people that want to join your group.
Well, Mom, you're right, and I don't know what could be any other time. The phone lights up, I guess. I don't know. There's no explanation. The public is fickle.
Yeah, because everybody's
sometimes
getting ready for the
they
world
wouldn't go
to
out.
end.
They wouldn't go out to see James Brown. It took a while for that. Some people didn't go. Don't go to church every Sunday, but that doesn't stop them. One monkey will not stop the show. I'm going to find an agent. We're going to get some replacements here in the Weekend Singers, and we're going to learn to play this Thai piano, and we're going to put forth a presentation out here and at the Soul Bazaar. Hopefully, if by then I can get an agent, I hope we'll do a better contract than we did last year, because even though we performed, I was a little disappointed at the deal that my agent made, but then that's what goes when you're in business, when you're in show business.
Well, since this is a new century, new opportunities, and I would like to call upon all of you, and I'm serious about this. I'm so tired of people going to jail. I'm so tired of people killing each other. Why? We aren't killers. We are lovers. And I want you this year to say, this is going to be a victory year for me. This will be a victory year for me. I'm going to leave the enemies alone, drugs and all that kind of junk, because I want to be around in the 21st century. I'm expecting Reverend Lasky any minute, and if Reverend Lasky doesn't get here, I don't know what I'm going to do. Calvin, you have
I
presented
have a
the song.
question.
I've
Yeah, we kind
apologized.
of pushed the program around, but I'm certain Reverend Lasky will be here. But Mom, I know
Reverend Lasky, if
you have
Reverend
some
Lasky is
goals.
in serious trouble if he doesn't get here, and
Well,
I'm waiting on Reverend Lasky because I want to hear his message.
you think he'll
Ladies
make
and
it?
gentlemen, Reverend
Uh-oh.
Lasky
Oh, my
is
goodness.
here.
Thank you, Lord.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What did
Reverend Lasky is here. I
what
don't
did our
have to
minister
worry anymore.
say? He
Ladies
said,
and
all you
gentlemen,
have to do is wait on the Lord, he will deliver.
he
Thank you
certainly
so
has
much.
delivered me.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come now to a serious part of our program because there are some things that we need as we face the 21st century. And I've asked a devoted minister, one of God's chosen ministers, to deliver to us our New Year's message, Reverend Lasky.
Good morning, Sister Luper and Calvin. To the listening audience out there in Radio Land, certainly it is a blessing to be able to come again into your home by the way of radio to declare the Word of God. First, I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity to come to be on the show with this great lady, Sister Clara Luper. And I will let you know that I was in bed all day yesterday, Sister Luper, with that terrible flu. I wouldn't have done this for nobody but you. I'm up in here. But I want to just share with you, just for a few moments, everybody is concerned about the new millennium. They went and bought generators and dry food and everything else. But I want you to understand one thing, that in order to survive in the new year, you have to have something else. And I want to just share just a little bit how to move ahead in the year of 2000. Everybody, we have unnecessary baggage that we carry around with us, but we have to unload before we can move ahead. And there is many things that one have, they are guilty of carrying, and we need to, my friends, to get rid of some of that. Paul says in the 13th verse of the third chapter of Philippians, "Brethren, I count not myself to apprehend, but this one thing I do know, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. Now what I'm going to do, I'm pressing on towards the mark of the prize of the high calling of God in Jesus Christ. Now let us therefore, as many as be perfected, be thy minded. And if anything ye be otherwise minded, God shall reveal even this unto you." Today, my friends, very briefly, there's some things that we have to forget. I have to forget about those things that is behind us, and we have to remember that God holds the world in his hand. And then my God says that whatever you need, if just ask in faith, and he will supply. And today I'm saying that in order to move along in the year of 2000, my friends, we're going to have to lay down the backbiting. We're going to have to lay down the lying. We're going to have to lay down the procrastinating, and have to lay down all of these things in order to move ahead with God's program. And I'm glad today to say that God is a provider. I'm glad to know that God will make a way out of no way. I'm glad to testify this morning that God, he is a healer. God is a lawyer in the courtroom. God is anything to us that we will let him be. In order to move ahead, oh God, we have to recognize the fact that God is everything that we need, and lay aside all of those weight that so easily beset us, and we've got to run the race in patience. Now, my friends, I'm grateful again to say that Sister Clara Luper, my dear friend, have invited me out to be with her for these short minutes, and she said she gave me 8 minutes, and I'm going to give her some of these minutes back.
Oh, no, you aren't. No, you aren't.
Sister Luper.
You have 3 more minutes, Reverend.
Well, all right, my friend. Well, again, let me say to you, in order to be successful in the year of 2000, my friends, There is so many things, and we as individuals, we know what they are. And if we want to be successful, we're going to have to lay aside all of those things. And I'm not only talking about the laymen in the church. I'm talking about from the pulpit to the door. There is a lot of things that we are guilty of, and we need to unload those things going into the year of 2000. So now let us be honest with ourselves. Let us be honest with ourselves. Nobody know me no better than I know myself and God. All those things that is not godly, I want to lay those things aside. All those things that is not godly in your life, you need to lay them aside and be positive in whatever you undertake to do in the name of Jesus. And certainly I believe that if a person would examine themselves, if they would examine themselves, they will find that they can help themselves a lot better just being honest with yourself. Now let me inject this. In order to be pleasing with God, you first have to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. And then God already know our hearts. So therefore, my friends, let us unload in the 1999. Let us unload that, and let us pick up new characters for the year of 2000. Again, my friends, this is my message for the day, Sister Luper.
Well, thank you. And you are the pastor of what church, sir?
I'm the pastor of the Israel Chapel, CAB Methodist Church, Northeast 38th and 8th Ave. We have been pastoring there for going on 30 years, just coming June.
I know where would a bishop let you stay at one church for
I don't
30
know.
years.
He must have lost his mind.
Oh, I know there are a lot of people that wish somebody else had lost their mind and stay at a church for 30 years. You must be good. Thank you so very kindly, Reverend Lasky.
Thank you.
I do appreciate your message. In looking through my books, I found that I have one turkey left and 10 pounds of chitlins. The telephone number out here is 672-1220. I have one turkey left and 10 pound of chitlins. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. And if you can answer that question, I will give you 10 pounds of chitlins. The first question I want to ask you, who was my guest speaker this morning for my 21st century? 672-1220. The first one call, you're going to get some chitlins. The second call, you're going to get a turkey. Now, wait for the second question. The second question is, how many calls did Calvin get this morning for people that wanted to be his agent? Now, that's two simple questions. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and I would like to repeat, we are now taking applications for Miss Black, Oklahoma. All you have to do is to call us, 672-1220 or 424-3949. We are taking applications, according to Mrs. Leola Ford, for pages and escorts. Please let me see if I got a winner. Hello. Hello. Okay. Do I have a winner? Okay. I just want to know if I have a winner. That's all I want to know. Hello?
I think you have a winner, Sister Luper.
Okay, well, tell me.
Patterson.
Huh?
This is Reverend Patterson. I've been listening to you all morning.
Reverend Patterson, who was my speaker?
Reverend R.C. Lasky.
Reverend R.C. Lasky, you won you some chitlins.
Pray the Lord.
Congratulations, and stay on the line, and Calvin and the secretary will get that information. Now for the second question. How many calls did Calvin get this morning for people that's just dying to be his agent? Okay?
Yes.
I'm ready for the
we'll
second call. Hello?
We'll go off the air here. And,
Okay, Calvin, you're on the wrong line. Okay, I want to get this in because my time is running out. Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
This is Clara Luper from Hoffman, Oklahoma. And that's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to travel this year. I'm going to Hoffman. Last year I didn't go to Hoffman but twice. Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
The second question, he didn't get any calls.
And who is this?
Betty Hudson.
Betty Hudson, you're so intelligent, and you got you a turkey. I told you can have a popping good turkey. All you have to do is buy you some popcorn, stuff the turkey with popcorn, and once you put them in that oven, and you will have a pop. In the meantime, give that information to Calvin, and you will get your turkey.
Okay.
As I say goodbye to you today, I would like for you to know how much I love you.
And Mary.
I love you so much until I want the best for you. And if I have made a mistake, I'll do what I did this morning with Isaac and Johnny. I'll apologize to you, but you know I can be wrong, and I am wrong a lot of times. But I'm not wrong when I tell you how much I love you. Y'all have been so good to me. You've been so kind to me. And I would like to thank all of you that have called me about my baby who will be getting married in March. I appreciate that because I'm no fool. I know without your support and your prayers, Shelley would not be where she is today, nor would I be here. But in the meantime, I just want you to remember as we are in the 21st century, that I love you and you are just wonderful. Bye bye. Bye bye. I love you.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Clara Luper Show. Join Sister Clara Luper here each and every Saturday from 9 until 10 at your number one gospel station, KTLV. And until next Saturday, may God bless you.
And the views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were not necessarily those of AM Radio 1220 KTLV.
This is your key to living victoriously. AM 1220 KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City.